Imagine a world where emotions hold incredible power, shaping not just our personal lives but the entire world around us. Today, we dive into the power of emotions and how they're affecting our world in ways you might not even realize. In the fast-paced, interconnected world we live in, emotional turbulence has become a pervasive problem. It's causing chaos in our lives, leading to conflicts and misunderstandings on a grand scale. In a world where our emotions can be triggered at the swipe of a screen, the negative impact is undeniable. Stress, anger, and anxiety have become constant companions. We're a society that's struggling to find the balance, and it's taking a toll on our well-being and deteriorating relationships. Today, we will share a small story on the same. In a quiet village, nestled at the foot of a magnificent mountain, there lived a humble monk named Kaito. Kaito was known throughout the village for his wisdom and serenity. He was sought after not only by his fellow monks but also by people from far and wide, who came seeking his guidance. One sunny morning, as Kaito was tending to his garden, a traveler named Yumi arrived in the village. Yumi had heard about the wise monk and had traveled from a distant land to seek his counsel. Yumi was a person of great heart, but her emotions often got the best of her. She believed that Kaito could help her find inner peace and control over her turbulent emotions. Kaito welcomed Yumi with a warm smile and offered her a cup of tea. They sat in silence, sipping their tea as the gentle breeze rustled the leaves of the trees. After a while, Yumi began to speak, sharing the turmoil within her. She spoke of her inner storms, her anger, her fears, and her overwhelming sadness. "I seek your guidance, venerable monk," Yumi said, "to find a way to control the tempest of emotions that rages within me." Kaito listened attentively, his eyes filled with understanding. When Yumi had finished speaking, Kaito nodded and said, "I understand your struggle, Yumi. To find control over your emotions, you must learn the power of the lotus within." Yumi was perplexed. The power of the lotus within? What does that mean? Kaito smiled and said, "Let me show you." Kaito led Yumi to a small pond in his garden. In the center of the pond stood a beautiful lotus flower. The lotus was rooted in the mud at the bottom of the pond, but its pristine petals floated on the surface, untouched by the murky water. Yumi watched in awe as Kaito explained, "The lotus, Yumi, represents the power of emotion control. Just as the lotus rises above the muddy waters, you too can rise above your turbulent emotions." Kaito guided Yumi to sit beside the lotus pond and instructed her to close her eyes and breathe deeply. He encouraged her to observe her emotions without judgment, just as the lotus observed the muddy waters without being tainted. Yumi followed Kaito's guidance, and as she breathed deeply and observed her emotions, she felt a sense of detachment. Her emotions, like the murky waters of the pond, no longer held power over her. She realized that she could rise above them, just like the lotus. So, my friends, this small story teaches us that we have the power to control our emotions and rise above the storms that rage within us. Like the lotus, we can remain untainted by the muddy waters of negative feelings. If this story inspires you to embrace the power of emotional control and cultivate inner peace, please share it across to help build the stronger community.